Okay, I'm trying to see my live. Can you guys see me? Okay. Hey! Y'all know I always look so confused. There's a lag and this chat has changed. Hold on. Let me switch this real quick. Okay, there we go. My chat box. Hey, you guys. Can everybody see and hear me just fine? I don't sound like a robot. I'm using StreamYard. Okay, good. Hey! Love from Dallas. Welcome, new member, Aquamoon. Thank you. Shout out to Eric Chucks. He sent $2.99. Says love from Detroit, sipping tea with you always. Thank you so much. So I hope you guys are doing good today. So you guys all know yesterday I had debuted my little Kim crush on you thing. And it's so funny how that came to be. A few weeks ago, I had posted an old picture of little Kim. And to my surprise, a lot of the young kids who follow me on Instagram, they thought it was me. So there was like this huge battle. Oh, Auntie T, oh, you were so cute. And oh, look at Auntie T a few years ago. And I'm like, no, okay, it's not me. I was a kid when little Kim was hot. That's little Kim. But so many young kids are not used to what little Kim looked like back then. So they were surprised to find out that it wasn't me, but it was little Kim. And so I had seen a few TikTok videos where people were doing like different makeup challenges and outfits. And so I wanted to join in. So I hope you guys liked it. So let's see here. We got a lot of people in the house. We got 2,200 people so far. Let me know, what was your favorite look? Put a colored heart emoji if you like the red, a blue emoji if you like the blue, a green one if you like the green, and a yellow if you like the yellow look. I want to know. I'm taking my own damn poll right now. I want to know which look y'all like the best out of all the looks from yesterday. Oh, we got a lot of people coming through. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, this generation, they had no idea. Oh, I got some super chats. Hold on here. Okay, so I see some yellow, I see some red, see some blue. Okay, that's what's up. It was fun. It took a long time. Like when I'm still exhausted from that challenge. I just got up from a nap, honey. It was an all day affair. It took me 8 hours total. Just like changing the backgrounds and the different color outfits, the makeup. So, but it was definitely fun. It was definitely fun. Let me read these super chats here. Give me just a second. Daryl Millhouse sends $20. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Tonisha Graham sent $139.99. Love from Canada. Thank you so much, sis, for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for coming through and being a tea sipper. Welcome, new member Kimmy, Charlisa. Both of you guys, welcome to the membership. Bria sent $9.99. She said, "You're constantly amazing. You've been my favorite. Way to get the news for years. Thank you, beautiful lady." Thank you so much, Bria. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Del Ray sent $9.99. He says, "Hey, T, sending love. I love the green look." Okay, that's what's up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go through and tally it up. It looks like it's between the yellow, and there's a lot. It looks like the yellow was a big favorite. And what's so funny about that yellow color? That was my first time wearing yellow since second grade. I don't own one thing yellow, like not shoes, purses, nothing, because I got made fun of for wearing yellow back in second grade. I was always told, no, you don't look good in yellow. That doesn't look right on you. Doesn't look good on darker skin tones and stuff like that. So that kind of got embedded in my head, and I just never messed with the color yellow. So when I got that shirt, I was like, oh my God, like I look cute in yellow, and the makeup. So I think the challenge brought something out of me. It let me, see that I could, one, do eyeshadow now, and that, different colors look good no matter what your skin tone is. So I'm gonna have to buy a few more yellow pieces. So yeah, that's my childhood trauma story, honey. So anyways, so we got 3,000 people in here. And forgive me if I don't like go through all the super chats. Thank you, Marissa. I really want to talk about a lot of stuff. And I'm going to go deep, honey. So we're going to start with the reunion, okay? We're going to start with the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion and how I feel about a lot of the stuff that I witnessed with all these so-called grown women. And I'm really team nobody. Okay, I know I've met Nene, kicked it with her and things like that, but I'm not really team anybody in this instance. So there was a lot of stuff that went on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. I just want to make sure I have all my windows open so y'all can see everything. Let me pull up my notes real quick here, because you know I took notes, honey. Give me just a second. Where are my notes? Hold on. My most recent. Okay, here we go. So the reunion, because a lot of people wanted me to do a review. I'd rather just talk about it live with you all. I hope you guys all watched it. I see some people saying that they're team Portia. Some people are team Nene. So let's talk about it. It was a lot of stuff to break down. With the reunion, of course, Andy Cohen, that messy bottom, was loving it, honey. He was living. These black women on there being catty and fighting and talking about nappy hair. And oh, he was loving it, honey. So this is my issue, okay? Let's start with the whole Portia situation. Portia seemed very, very mad at Eva for comments that she made about her daughter. Eva basically said that Portia's daughter is Dennis with a bow. Now, I can understand, where that's being shady. And a lot of people were dragging, Eva for that. But what I find really funny about this, and this is just me being honest, okay? I feel like Portia has some insecurities about her daughter's looks. Because it seems to me that whenever her daughter picture is posted, like on the Shade Room or Hollywood Unlocked, people leave a lot of really funny comments. They say, oh, she looks like Dennis. She looks like Dennis. And then she drug up old pictures from when she was a baby and she did a side-by-side comparison. She wants everybody to know that her daughter looks like how she looked like when she was a baby. Now, her daughter does look like her as a baby, but she also has a mixture of Dennis in her as well. Like I see a little bit of both of them. But I think the problem is a lot of people are used to seeing these women a certain way. And y'all see where I'm coming from? Portia wears a lot of heavy makeup. She's done certain things to her features. I've seen her get nose injections to make her bridge smoother or more slimmer. She's done a few things to her face. I'm not saying she's gotten full face plastic surgery. But what happens is when people are always used to seeing you dolled up in this, filtered state. And then when people have kids and they don't really look like what people think they should look like, that's where the issue comes in. When we were growing up, makeup was used to just enhance your beauty. Add some lipstick, maybe a little bit of powder. But you have women who literally change their whole look can be changed drastically with makeup. The contouring, the slimming of the nose, the, reshaping of the eyes and things like that. And so I think, the fact that she's always trying to drill it in people's head that her daughter looks like her, I think there's some insecurity there. Because let's keep it real. Portia's baby's not the only baby on that stage that favors the father. What I notice is it's okay to say that the daughter looks like the father, depending on how the father looks. I'm going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Kenya's baby, Brooklyn, beautiful little girl. She don't look shit like Kenya. When I look at Brooklyn, I don't see Kenya. She has Mark Daly's entire face, hair texture, skin tone. Am I lying? Brooklyn does not look like Kenya to me, but I notice nobody takes offense when we say that Brooklyn looks just like Mark Daly. She looks like Mark Daly spit her out. No one takes offense to that. But because Dennis is not what you deem attractive, all of a sudden it's offensive to say that this little girl looks like her father. Even if she looks like her father, so what? Y'all get what I'm saying? Let me explain something to y'all. This is coming from a woman. Believe it or not, I look like my father. I got that me and my mom don't look alike. My mom is short, thick, and light skinned. Believe it or not. I'm my dad's complexion. My dad is darker skin. I'm my dad's complexion, and where we got our height from, honey, I don't know, because my dad's only like 5'4", but my brothers are 6'4" and 6'2", you know, and me and my sister were 5'7", so we don't get our height from our parents. But me and my mom, we don't look alike. I look more like my father. So I heard that my whole life. You look like your dad. You look like your dad. So what is wrong with a little girl looking like her dad? The same thing they do to Blue Ivy. Oh, she looks like Jay-Z. What's wrong? Okay, so what? Even if she looks more like Jay-Z than Beyonce, why is that wrong? I notice it's only an issue if the father has features that people deem not as attractive. If Portia's baby's father was Mark Daly, she'd have no problem saying that baby looked like Mark Daly with a bow. Let's keep that real. We're going to get deep. We're going to talk about some deep stuff today, okay? Another thing that I find funny is that Eva is saying that Portia's daughter looks like her father with the bow. Have you seen your own daughter? Beautiful little girl. But Marley don't look like Eva outside of her skin complexion. They have the same pretty, you know, peanut butter complexion, but her hair texture, those eyes, that is Kevin McCall all day, every day. She looks just like her father. So why is that an insult? Your daughter don't look like you. Your middle son, the oldest son that she has with Mike, looks like Eva. He has Eva's eyes, the eye color, the hair texture, but her daughter does not. So my thing is, right, futurism. Thank you, Pretty Brick. A lot of it goes back to futurism. So let me keep talking. Eva also made comments about nappy headed, and she stands by those comments. And let me just show you guys some stuff here. I took notes. So Eva says during the reunion, she stands by the nappy head comment. And a lot of people are really upset about that. You know, how dare she use that comment? She says she's Black, so she has the right to use the word nappy. It's something that we throw around in our community, which she's correct. A lot of people do throw that word around. But what bothers me with that, I do feel like Eva kind of exudes a little bit of colorism, okay? Eva's another woman who looks nothing like her mother. When I saw Eva's mom, I was surprised. She must look like her father. She does not look anything like her mother. Her mother doesn't have green eyes. Her mom's not really light. So she must have her father's features. So I can tell from the time Eva was born and she came out with those features that so many people in the Black community covet: the silkier hair, the lighter eyes, you know, that caramel complexion. She was praised to the high heavens. I already know. And let me keep it real. It's not just, let me not say it's just in the Black community, because other races do too. I've noticed this the more that I've been on TikTok. I don't know if you guys have peeped this, but there's a lot of this whole interracial push. I'm in an interracial relationship. This is our daughter. I'm half Korean and half Jamaican. It's like they push this whole interracial thing through TikTok. There's even like a thing on there where it's a song where the mom comes on. A lot of them are like, you know, old looking white women in like their 40s and 50s and shit. And they're like, yeah, you know, this is my son. It's like a song. It's like, I should thank you. I designed them. Something about diamonds and pearls. And you should thank me. I designed them. That's how the song goes. So the old white mom comes out there and she looks all old and decrepit. And then here comes her fine ass, you know, mixed biracial son with green eyes and curly hair. It's like it's constantly on my feed. Have y'all seen that on TikTok? Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not just Black people. It's also other races. There was even a girl who did a TikTok that went viral, and she's biracial. And she made herself into a baby and said, this is how white women feel when their daughters don't come out with those features. And she used that effect where it makes the nose look really big. And then the white mother threw the baby. It was funny. Some people got mad, but I understood where she was coming from. She was basically saying that not all mixed people look like this. Some of us have more Black features and, you know, kinkier hair, and that's okay. Stop constantly pushing the racially ambiguous mixed people, because not all mixed people got green eyes and, you know, curly hair and all that stuff, right? I'm preaching right now, honey. You sent some more money? Oh, okay. Tonisha sent another $139.99. She says, I'm here for years. You have inspired me to create videos. Thank you so much, sis, for an additional $139.99. I really appreciate it. So I'm keeping it real. So this is what I'm seeing on TikTok. This is what's being pushed. So let's not act like what Eva is saying is not something that, you know, people say publicly and behind closed doors. And I say that to say this. I do feel like Eva thinks she's a bit better than, these women because of her features. And I also question when she decided to lock her daughter's hair. She started locking her daughter's hair really early, like around 3 years old. And now, the little girl has these beautiful sister locks. Her hair is gorgeous. But I always question, why did she lock her daughter's hair so early? Because remember, I did a story a few months ago about the little girl whose hair was locked early. And then she lied and said that 3 white boys jumped her and cut off her dreadlocks. Come to find out, she was lying because she didn't want dreadlocks. And I even stated in that video, I've never agreed with locking little girls' hair before a certain age. I'd rather them be old enough to make that decision because that's more of a permanent look. So I feel like, did Eva lock her daughter's hair because she was kind of disappointed, low key, that her daughter's hair texture is not that of her own? And I'm trying to wait and see what she does to her son's hair texture. Because as we all know, that middle baby, that's the one everybody on social media praises. Oh, he got curly hair. He has blue eyes. Really adorable baby. All her kids are adorable. But that's the one that everybody, focuses on the most. So I wonder if she's going to put that same energy into locking his curls. See, that I'm going deep here. I'm going really deep here. Okay, so Kay Chaney, you agree with the lock? And this is coming from somebody who's a bootleg loctician. Y'all know some of my most viewed videos are me locking hair of my little nephews. And I remember when my kids' aunt was asking me to lock her daughter's hair because she was 10 at the time and she wanted locks like her brother. And I said, absolutely not. I don't feel comfortable locking her hair as a 10-year-old girl because, with little girls, that's so permanent. Styles change. Now, when she gets older, I have no problem with that, but I don't want to lock her hair. That was just, always been my stance. So this is nothing new. With boys can get away with certain looks and certain things that it does not affect them like girls. But it's going to be very interesting. I'm keeping it real, honey. We going deep, baby, to see if she locks those boys' hair the same way she ran to lock Marley's hair. Because the way the word nappy-headed flowed out her mouth, you can tell that's something she was used to saying on the playground anytime girls came at her about her features, okay? I'm going to get on Kenya's ass next. Yes, honey, y'all come on in. We got over 6,500 people in here. We're talking about featurism, colorism, talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is why they won't ever have me hosting a reunion or being on television, because I don't forget shit and I keep receipts, okay? So I saw a lot of dark-skinned women praising Kenya. Yeah, Kenya, preach. Let Eva know that her hair is too straight, her skin's too light, her eyes are too light for her to be using words like nappy-headed. First and foremost, I'm not praising Kenya Moore, okay? Because Kenya Moore has the same superiority complex that Eva does. The problem is Kenya's just not light-skinned, okay? How many times have I called out Kenya Moore for acting like she's a unicorn of all dark-skinned women? She's one of those dark-skinned girls who was praised that, okay, well, yeah, you're dark, which is, effed up in some people's eyes, but you got good hair, okay, quote unquote. And I'm not saying that, I'm just using this in the context. I don't believe in the whole good hair, bad hair. To me, good hair is healthy hair. It's sad that I even have to reiterate that, but before somebody starts crying in the comment section, that's why I'm using it, right? So because she is dark-skinned with what people deem quote unquote good hair, it's long, it's full, all that stuff, she's always thrown her hair in people's faces season after season after season. So she's no better than an Eva Marcel. Okay, people allow her to get away with it because she's dark-skinned, but I hold her to task. And I've done videos holding Kenya to task. You're not a unicorn. You're not the only dark-skinned woman out here who has hair. Myself and hundreds of people in my comment section who are just as dark as Kenya, our hair is longer than this weave, okay? So you're not a unicorn, but it's so much so that she lies about putting pieces in her hair. She won't admit when she's wearing wigs because she wants everybody to think that she's that dark-skinned girl with the good hair. Now, y'all's not ready for this flashback. See, this is what it is to be a true fan of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've been watching it from day one and I don't forget shit, okay? So while Kenya is preaching to Eva about, how she's not allowed to use words like nappy-headed because of Eva's features, let's not forget when Kenya was fishing for a baby daddy, going from sperm bank to sperm bank to sperm bank to sperm bank. Let's not forget the features that she herself was coveting and wanted her child to have. Let me go ahead and, refresh y'all's memory. Give me just a second here. Pull up my screen. I don't forget shit, honey. Give me just a second. Okay. Let me remove. All right. I hope you guys were able to hear. Were you guys able to hear that? Oh, okay. Some people said no sound. Okay. I don't know why. Okay, let me play it again. No sound. Come on, YouTube. Okay, hold on. I don't know why we're not be playing sound. Hold on. Y'all remember it, but it didn't have any sound? Okay. Let me try it again. Because I want you guys to hear what she has to say. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Oh, wait, I have to preserve my genes, so I need him to have pretty features, full lips, a nice slender nose. I would prefer green eyes.
She stopped writing. She was like,
oh, wait, I'm not done. I was always told, ask and you shall receive. So I told them.
Okay, good. Okay, so y'all heard it this time? Okay, perfect. I think what happened is when I took myself off the screen and muted the audio. Okay, I didn't know it would do that. Okay, perfect. Let me take this off here. Give me just a second. So you guys heard that. I had to, like I said, I'm a fan of the show, so I'm going to get deep. I'm going to break stuff down. I'm not on some superficial shit. Let the other YouTubers talk about, whose dress was the flyest and whose titties looked the best. I don't care about all that. We're going to go deep with this reunion. So do you see why I refuse to make Kenya some type of dark-skinned superhero for women? This woman went to the sperm bank and said that she wants a guy with a slender nose, green eyes. She didn't use the word good hair, but we all know what she was alluding to. How many, full black men have green eyes and slender noses? Okay. And I feel like that is why she ran to get pregnant by Mark Daly, because he had all those features that she was coveting. So she's no different and no better than Eva. Okay. So let's keep that real. See, a lot of people forgot about that. A lot of people forgot about when Kenya Moore was desperate to have a baby, that she was willing to go to a sperm bank and had specific specifications of what she wanted. Meanwhile, Mr. Lawrence is sitting there looking crazy. He has a full nose, dark skin, full lips, and he's not checking her about her featurism and her colorism. So that's why I hold people to task and I don't forget nothing. So to me, they were all full of crap. So let me see. I took some notes, honey. Another thing that I felt about Kenya is when they were asking her about all her issues that she had with Mark Daly. You know how she was so in everybody else's business season after season, talking about Apollo and Phaedra, talking about Cynthia and Peter and Nene and her husband. She's always had something to say about other people's relationships. Look at all the mess that she started with the cookie lady and Tanya. She started all that mess only to watch her own relationship crumble before her eyes on national television. And yet and still, when they brought that up to her, she took no personal responsibility. I do feel like that was her karma because of how she treated other people, because of how messy she is. And I don't feel bad for Kenya that her relationship was basically exposed for the world. She used him for what she needed him for, a sperm donor who had the good features, quote unquote, that she coveted. Mark Daly is just like, well, fuck it. She's fine. I'll hit it raw. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of used each other. I don't see that. I feel no connection between the two of them. They just seem to me that they're two ships sailing in the night. Marriage certificate or not, I don't see a connection. Let me read some of these super chats. Khia Brown says, hey, T, can't believe I finally caught a live. I've been watching you for 4 years. Now I love everything about your content and you as a person. Keep up the great work. I love you. Thank you so much, Khia. Appreciate it. Kiona Aaliyah says, hey, T, finally caught a live. Just send a little support to show my support. Thank you so much, Khia. No, not Khia, sorry. Kiana, thank you. Let's see here. Morgan says, I want to send more money, but I also remember Kenya offended me when they gave her a dark-skinned baby and how she said she was part Native American. Yes, and thank you for the super chat, Morgan. You know, and that's what people don't want to talk about. People don't want to have real dialogue. This is deeper than just a 30-minute reunion. There's a lot of issues, you know, with a lot of the things that they were saying. Portia is definitely overly sensitive about her daughter's looks because, you know, she looks more like the father. Eva is sensitive about her daughter's hair texture because she ran to, you know, lock up her hair, but I don't see the same treatment being done to the boys as of yet. That might change in the future. Kenya Moore has no room to talk about anybody with all the insecurities she has, okay? And again, like I said, nobody gets upset when they say her baby looks like Mark Daly, because of Mark Daly's features and how he looks. It's okay for the daughter to look like their father if the father looks a certain way. But if the father looks like Jay-Z and has Negroid features, now it's an issue, okay? So those are things that we need to check ourselves as a community, okay? Now, another thing, let me see here. I also feel like Eva's very insecure when it comes to her age. At some point, I started thinking to myself, like, is Eva, you know, maybe I'm going crazy. Is Eva only 25 years old? Because the way she speaks, you would think she was so much younger than these women. Like, ma'am, you're only 3 years younger than Portia. And I'm glad Portia caught her out on that because she has this attitude that somehow she's so young. So I'm going to go ahead and play you guys her argument here with Portia. Let me pull up this screen. Give me just a moment here.
Well, first of all, I don't know how one can purchase $1 million home in their name with no finances. How? Okay, Eva, wow, you got a house. We all got a house. Yeah, and y'all all older than me too. Girl, you are not a spring chicken, boo-boo. You are an age 10. Oh, God. Girl, them titties is age 10s. They social distancing. Bitch, don't come for me.
When Portia said that, I fell out. She said them damn titties are social distancing. It was funny. It was a nice little clap back. But again, I got to call out the hypocrisy, okay? Because before you got your titty implants, your titties were also social distancing, okay? So it's always funny when people run to go get plastic surgery and they figured how the hell they shit looked like before they got their shit done, okay? You know, for all y'all asking, these are my natural boobs, okay? So yeah, I got on a good bra. But them women, they're crazy. But you know, like Eva, you're not that young. I had to Google her age because, like I said, I remember her like from 10 years ago. She was on the excuse me, the third cycle of America's Next Top Model. So I'm like, I know she can't be 25, but she talks like she's in her 20s. And I Google her age, she's 35 years old. Why are you acting like, you know, you're 21 and Portia's 55? Y'all are literally 3 years apart. You're the same. You're no different. If you want to call her an age 10, you're also an age 10 because you're over the age of 35, okay? I mean, like, people kill me with that. And I think part of that is that people have real insecurities about growing older. You know, like in society, people make it seem like it's, you know, it's a bad thing to grow older. Just like last week when I was having a conversation and I was like talking about, you know, all these old ass people over the age of 35, you know, talking about these young rappers, and they were sitting in the comment section crying. 35 ain't old. I ain't old. You are old. You are getting older and it's okay. I mean, let me ask y'all, like people get mad when I'm like, I'm old. I don't care. I embrace my age. It doesn't bother me. I'm cool. I don't get offended when people call me auntie, none of that. Because what is the opposite of being old? The opposite of that is death. You should be grateful that you're here to see another year. You should be grateful to be 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 and up. There's nothing wrong with that. But in society, we make women feel like they should be ashamed of aging. As if these men aren't aging, as if their damn balls aren't drooping and they don't have a bunch of gray pubic hairs. Like, get the fuck out of here. What is the difference between, why is it when men age, somehow it's sexy? I ain't attracted to no damn, you know what I'm saying, out of shape man either. So what, like, why is it like once a woman gets older, people act like their value, their stock has just plummeted? I mean, unless she's trying to have children, I get it. But if you're not trying to have children, live your best life. Eva be talking like she's straight up, you know, super duper young. I have a house and I'm young. Bitch, we all have houses. That's not an accomplishment. I bought my first house at 23. That's not an accomplishment at 30-something years old and you need 2 incomes. Girl, bye. I don't know. I just find that really funny, this whole ageism thing that women do and throw at each other's faces when we should be happy. Yeah, I did say balls dropping. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? People act like men don't go through stuff when they're aging. You know, like somehow Andy's up there laughing and you know, kikiing. This man's whole head is gray. What you laughing at? You old too, Andy Cohen. I'm telling you, that reunion was a hot damn mess, honey. That reunion was a straight up mess. Exactly. I just made 37 last month and I'm blessed to see it. People dropping like flies out here. Thank you, Rogue Simmer. Exactly. Honey, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Be proud of your age, no matter what age you are. But remember, for all the young people who want to come out here and be like, your old ass, shut your old ass up, talking about 6'9". You're just old. Remember, you too will be old one day. Okay? Remember, you better hope that you get to be around my age and have the wisdom that I have, honey. Okay? Let's see here. Tonisha Graham sends $27.99. Thank you so much for this sticker. Appreciate it. Welcome, new member Rio Doswell. Thank you for joining the membership. Kenneth Smith, what's up, Kenny? He says, finally got a chance to catch a live. Did you get my DM on IG? Love you, sis. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I haven't been in my DM, so I'm not sure. I get so many. But thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Toy Rock says, I'm turning 30 this month and ready for many decades. I'm here for it. Love you, T. Love you too. And Loyalty Francois. You didn't think I could pronounce that, huh? I took French for 3 years. I know how to pronounce Francois. Thank you for joining the membership. But yeah, we have to stop that whole ageism thing. We have to stop dragging each other. Once we join the 35 and up club, all of those women, and Nene being the oldest, all of those women look very good for their ages. Now, granted, plastic surgery has helped this generation of women and, you know, the Botox. But those women look really good. I seen a meme the other day of Claire Huxtable, Felicia Rashad. And the meme said she was 71 years old. I almost dropped my damn phone. She don't look a day over 50. You know, so it's a blessing. It's a blessing. We need to stop the whole shaming of people's ages. And, you know, I remember for a long time, Nicki Minaj was like 26 for like 5 years straight. Like, stop it. Let's stop it. It's okay. Because like I said, the opposite of life and aging another year is death. So we need to stop the foolishness. Cash Doll out here running around talking about she's 25. Those hands say otherwise, ma'am. No, damn well you ain't 25. Let me stop. That's the rumor about Cash Doll, that she's way older than 25, and I believe it. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I see 300 likes. We have damn near 7,000 people watching. Hit the like button if I'm saying some real stuff. I need to see more likes. I've been on here now for almost an hour. As long as everything is running smooth, I'm going to stay on as long as I need to because I want to get through these topics. So we're done. That is my opinion of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. There are no heroes there. I'm glad that Candy did explain herself. I will say that because Candy was being very messy this season, lots of throwing rocks and hiding her hands. But I understood why she was going back and repeating things because, again, if she was in those scenes and she's hearing somebody get talked about and she doesn't say anything, then it looks like, well, you was riding with them. You didn't tell me, you were being shady. So I kind of understand where Candy was coming from when she was talking about, being messy and, all that stuff. But I think a lot of the drama between a lot of the ladies are things that took place on social media. So it's going to be very interesting to see what part 2 brings us, okay? So now, let's see here. We got a few more super chats. Double-Edged Sword says, I finally made it. You are our voice. Love you, T. Thank you so much for the super chat and welcome. I'm glad you made it. Morgan sent another 5. She said, G2G, y'all, Trina and Trick are live. I'm going to go screen record it and send it to you. TT, love you. Marina says Kenya slid in that Cordell hit Portia. She did the same thing to Sheree when she was forced to say her ex hit her. Exactly. Kenya is very, very messy. She's very, very messy. That's why I don't feel bad for her. With the karma, the way that her man is treating her on national television in front of the world, I don't feel bad for her at all. Okay, because she's always butted into other people's relationships, their marriages. She's always had so much to say. Meanwhile, you're on a show called The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you just became a housewife not even a year ago, but you've been on the show damn near 5 years. Make it make sense. Okay. So Erica Yonda Hamilton says, how do I join the membership? It's a button. Somebody please show her. Thank you for the super chat. Lady Teleferino says, hey, this is my first live. Love you. Been watching you for a while. Thank you so much for the super chat and welcome to the live stream. Shayla says, just buried my grandmother today. Thank you for making me laugh. I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm glad I could put a smile on your face, Shayla. Thank you for joining us today. So let me go ahead. I want to talk about the Lil Boosie situation here. Give me just a second. So Lil Boosie is back in hot water. If y'all don't know, once again, this man is sexualizing his son, okay? And this is not the first time he's done this. The internet, I guess, because nobody has nothing else to do, is going viral once again. This man has been talking about getting his son head. He said that in his music. And I remember when I heard that line for the first time in his music years ago, and it made me like how the record just stops, that record scratch. It was like, huh? What the fuck did he just say? He gonna get his son head at his birthday party. What the hell is he talking about? And then he's repeated this several times throughout the years. So I want to play y'all some clips before we even get to the one that's going viral right now. Let's see here. So this is what's going viral currently. Lil Boosie's facing backlash after claiming he got grown women to give his underage son oral sex. Now let me show y'all this, because I got a few clips. This man has been saying this stuff for years. And this is why it's very disturbing to me, because it's something that he keeps repeating as if this is normal behavior. And when he first repeated it back in 2017, he tried to play it off and say that, I'm just playing. I was just kidding. So I'm going to show y'all this old clip from 2017, because, again, I keep receipts. So give me just a second here.
Really, I was just clowning on the Instagram, really, I was just really clowning. I ain't gonna go get him no head, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna bring nobody to go get him no head, but if he want to get some head from a girl, he's 14 years old. I'm cool with it. Yeah, fucking at 14. So, it's fucking is popular at 14, 15 years old. That's when they be in heat, but I'm not gonna just bring a girl to give him head, but from what I know, he done got head before though, so.
Okay. So you guys see how happy he is and how proud, and just a proud dad. Okay, so that was in 2017. He claimed it was all a joke. It was just in the music. Don't take it personal. So now let me show y'all what he said in 2019. This was just in January. Give me just a second. Nope, this one. This was January 5th, 2019. Okay? So y'all listen to this.
Oh, yeah, man. All my sons, when they get that age, they got to get that dick sucked. My nephews, too. I got all my nephews, when they get 15, I got all my nephews. I got your dick sucked out when you made 15. Yeah. You gotta let them feel it. You gotta let them feel it. Yeah, man, you gotta let them feel it, man. 15, you be freaky at 15. Oh, yeah. All them girls be freaky at 15. That's when they start getting dick.
Mr. 350. Okay. Give me just a second here. So those are just 2 posts, right? So he claimed in 2017, he was just playing. It was just a joke because he wasn't ready for the backlash. Then in 2019, you hear him talking to one of his nephews where he's admitting that he got, little boy head at 15. Okay. So this is just toxic masculinity at its finest. So now this is the video I'm going to show y'all because I always want to show you guys a backstory. This is the video that's currently going viral all over social media that he's receiving backlash for. Okay. And it also involves D Wade, basically him saying that he allowed his sons to get head. He's the one who hooked them up. He'd rather his kids be watching porn than be gay and all this other stuff, throwing shots at D Wade and his parenting. So let me go ahead and show you guys this. Give me just a second here. Let's see. Okay, I said your name correctly. Thank you so much for the super chat. So give me just a second. Let me find that clip here. Okay. So now y'all go ahead and listen to this mess.
Nephews are my son. Who got them they first head? Big dog. Yeah, asking on my nephew, who got them they first head? Big dog. Hey, I've been got my son dick sucked. My 9-year-old, 10-year-old, I showed all them how to put on rubber. Or you even start having sex, I done show my sons how to put on rubber. Ain't finna get my son no motherfucking shit out here. I'm training them boys right. I'm training them boys right. Ask in there my nephew. Ask in them. Ask my son. Yeah. They were 12, 13. They got hit. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Hell yeah, I got my fucking son dick sucked. You fucking right. Yes, a grown woman. Grown, super grown. Super grown. Checked his ass out. Checked all my nephews out. Super grown. Is she grown? She checked me out. I know what the fuck she did to them. She checked me out, that bitch. I'm getting them prepared, man. Fuck that. I'm getting them. My boys, that's how they built like that. Yeah. I'm just saying, don't you bring your juvenile daughter around here, she might get fucked. Sorry, I gotta keep it real. My son trained to fuck. Fuck. Yes, yeah. That's how I raise them. I don't care what y'all say, yeah. It's better than them watching cartoons. Yeah, that's why they got iPhone 11s. They can watch as much porn as they want. Yeah, it's better than them watching cartoons with 2 men kissing. It's better than them watching TV with 2 men kissing. It's better than them watching cartoons. It's better than watching cartoons with all this gay shit on there. Yeah, I'm getting them an iPhone. They can put in Pornhub, XXN, anything they fucking want. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, we raise them different. Yeah, y'all raise them on cartoons. Yeah. Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yeah, we raised our children different. You might got children watching them gay ass cartoons. You might got Nas X all over your room. And you with your kids, not me. Hell no. They got iPhone 11. They can watch porn all they fuck they want. They can watch bitches for days.
All right. This is so disturbing. I mean, what he's saying is so disturbing on so many levels. And like I said, this is not new. I just showed you guys old clips of him saying the same thing in 2017, in 2019, and now 2020. And I believed him the first time. When people show you who they are, believe them. When he put that line in his rap song, I believed him. And the thing that's sad is that there's a lot of guys in the hood who have this same mentality. They have the same mentality that, you know, in order to make their sons young men, that's what they got to do. You know, forcing to have sex early, get head early. But my issue is this. Why is it okay for any man, Lil Boosie, whoever has this mentality, to sexualize their sons? Would you allow a grown man to give your 9, 10, or 11-year-old daughter head? I mean, after all, you're just preparing her to know how to fuck her husband, right? Isn't that the mentality that you guys talk about with your sons? I'm allowing my son to learn how to fuck early and get head early, so that way he knows how to please a woman early. So, do you see how perverse that is? That we're so okay with sexualizing our boys, but then these same stupid men who have this mentality, oh, they go hard for their daughters. Bet no little boy be fucking their daughter. Just like with T.I.'s weirdo ass. He's so obsessed about his daughter's virginity. Meanwhile, your 14-year-old son is out here smashing somebody else's 14, 15, 16-year-old daughter. But that's okay, though, as long as it's not your child. This is a sick mentality. This is nothing but toxic masculinity at its finest. Little Boosie's going to get himself in a world of trouble. It's one thing to speak truth about, you know, the whole D-Wade situation. And y'all know how I feel about that. I'm no fan of the Wades, Rhoa Reunion, D-Wade, all that hobo tour that they're doing with their son, transition, all that stuff. I'm not here for none of that shit. I don't believe in over-sexualizing a child, putting their sexual preference, their sexual business out there to the public. Gay, straight, or in between, I don't want to hear nothing about a child's sex life. It's not my business. Okay? So I just feel like this is too much. Even when you're saying things like you gave your son an iPhone 11 to sit and watch porn all day. Him watching porn all day is better than him watching cartoons with two men kissing. I get his point, and I understand a lot of parents feel that way, like it's too much, you know, homosexuality being pushed or whatever. Like I understand that because I see that all the time where people say that. But how is porn any better? Do you know that porn desensitizes you? And if you're being inundated with porn so much as a young person, which a lot of these kids are, it starts to desensitize you. And you start to think that this is how women are supposed to perform in the bedroom. It makes you less sensitive to a woman. And you start to treat women like sex objects. At that young age, 14, 15, okay, he's already being tapped sexually, mentally. I can only imagine how he deals with children or other girls his age at school or in a social setting. When he's being inundated and being, you know, told to watch porn, how can he respect young girls? He constantly has to see them as sexual objects. Look how his father treats women. Another thing I find very, very disturbing is he said these were grown women who did this. So I also had to hold these grown women accountable because there was grown women like this in our hood who slept with little boys, who gave them head. I remember there was an old Oh my God, let me tell y'all this story. This is story time. It just popped in my head. When I was in the 7th grade, there was some grown dumb bitch, okay, who was 18 years old in the 7th grade. She came from Mississippi. None of us liked her because she was very developed. Okay, we're all 13. We're flat-chested. We're skinny. We have no ass. We're 13-year-olds. And she was really developed. She had some big titties, big ass, you know. She wasn't cute, but she had a nice shape. And she used to I don't even know why they allowed her to go to junior high with us, but honey, this was in the 90s, so I guess maybe it was a 90s thing. But this grown bitch was in my English and math class, okay? And she used to always clown us with y'all's little ass titties, you flat-chested bitch. She used to always just talk shit to all the girls. And then we finally found out her age. Bitch, your titties should be big. You should have a big old ass. You're 18 in the 7th grade, you dumb bitch. Anyways, long story short, this disgusting woman, okay, she would let the boys in class fill her up. Who went to Washington Junior High? She would let the boys in class fill her up. When the teacher would leave, okay, she would let the boys touch on her. This is a story time. This was in the 7th grade. She would let the boys fill on her. I remember one time she showed everybody her thing and said she had more coochie. Our school was we went to school in the hood, honey, on the east side. She showed her coochie in class. This girl was so disgusted. And I remember when she turned 18, you know how they do the birthday announcements? And I remember the math teacher, he was doing the birthday announcements and they read her name. And he was like, oh, okay, happy birthday to such and such. You know, she's 14. Such and such just turned 15. No, 14, right? It was all the 8th graders. Then they got to her name. They're like, happy birthday. They just said her name and just went on to the next person. They didn't even say her age. It was so funny. And she was like, well, I got held back. She was just ratchet. So you do, when I think about it, she probably was doing sexual stuff with the boys out of the classroom as well, probably sleeping with them and all types of stuff. She was a trip. She ended up leaving 2nd semester because she just caused too much chaos in our school. They finally just put her in an alternative learning center. Just dumb as a bag of rocks. They used to try and have me, help tutor her in English and all types of stuff. Bitch, you got big titties and no brains. Sit down. Yes, she did. She showed everybody her damn coochie to show that she had more pubic hairs than the little younger. She was just a weirdo, just really weird. And we grew up in the 90s, so it was no snitching. Nobody told anything. Nobody told the teacher. But she used to just harass all the girls in class. No one liked this old bitch, okay? Don't know if she's watching, but you was nasty back then. You're probably nasty now. Oh my God, our junior high was so ratchet. It was filled with nothing but gangbangers. Oh my God, junior high, 7th grade was a trip. Oh my God. People would be getting jumped, and that's when gangbanging was really bad. You'd be at the bus stop, people just get jumped, and you just sit there and watch and be like, "Ooh, thank God it wasn't me getting jumped today." Our school was good, honey. But I have to hold these grown women to task too. That is just perverse. There's no reason for a grown woman to be giving a minor child, fellatio. Period, point blank. I don't care what the father's paying you. I don't care what the father says. That is disgusting. If we're not going to be okay with the grown man giving an 11 or 12-year-old girl head, I don't even want to imagine that shit. It's not okay for a grown woman to do this. And these women who are doing this, they should be brought up on charges and charged with pedophilia. And the fact that he says that the same women that serviced his son and nephew also serviced him, how disgusting is that? To me, that's some pedophilic, ancestral type bullshit. So she's breaking you off, giving you head. And then you're watching her do it to your child and your nephew? Lil Boosie, I don't know if the sherm sticks are getting to your head, if you're tooting too much coke, but you need to put your phone down and go sit down somewhere before CPS comes knocking on your door, because your ass be doing too much. He's been doing way too much during this quarantine. This dude is perverse. Like I told you guys, anytime I've gotten onto Instagram and I see naked people, it's always attached to his Instagram live. I done seen more damn pussy lips than I can damn count during this damn quarantine. And it's all compliments of Lil Boosie. And if I'm seeing this shit and I'm grown, imagine all the little kids who just happen to hop on the Instagram, what they're seeing. But Instagram will push this shit through the algorithm, but somebody speaking the truth on their platform, they get sent a notice. You're doing too much talking. Post something else, we're banning you. I couldn't go live for 3 months straight, but Lil Boosie can talk about getting his son head. He can show pussy lips all day and nothing happens to him. That's because we live in a backwards ass society. He should be embarrassed. The fact that he's even that comfortable to tell that story lets you know that this society is just gone to hell in a handbasket. Disgusting. Let's see here. Razia Atkins says, don't understand why when it comes to teaching Black kids life lessons, it has to be at the expense of their innocence. Amen, sis. I don't get it either. And it's really sad because he can talk about how his son is getting head and, I taught my son how to put on a condom. Does your son know math? Does he know arithmetic? Can he read properly? What are his grades looking like? Why don't we ever have that conversation when it comes to young Black men? Is he excelling in school? Is he doing right by his teachers? How does he treat the kids at school? Do they like him? Is he a friendly kid or is he just a perverted asshole like his daddy? Like, it's sad because when it comes to our kids, they're not allowed to be innocent. And when we put propaganda out here like this, like, oh, at 9 and 10 and 11, my son's fucking. When you're putting that out there, what he doesn't realize is that he's planting seeds and he's letting the world feel like young Black men are not to be looked at as children. This is why a police officer can see a damn 12-year-old like Tamir Rice and assume he's grown. Wasn't nothing grown about that baby, but because he was built, he was pretty tall for his age, he automatically thought he was a grown 18-year-old. And when you put things like this out there, people will continue to look at young Black men as if they're grown as opposed to children. Same with young Black girls. So the whole situation is really sad. Travis Timmons says, Boosie was way too concerned with the gay community to be straight. Toxic masculinity is disgusting. It really is. And I mean, he seems almost obsessed now with the gay community and, Lil Nas X and D Wade and all that stuff. And I think he's obsessed with it and he wants to keep calling them out because all the backlash that he got when he was talking about D Wade's son and not chopping off his balls and all that goofy stuff. He's just been doing a lot. He's been doing a whole lot. Tonisha Graham says, she sent $69.99. She says, hope this helps. Love you, T. Thank you so much for the super chat, sis. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see here. Victoria Childs says, T, please pray for our Black babies forced to early sex. That kind of stuff truly disturbs them and carries them through their entire lives. Those boys will never be the same. It's the truth. It is the truth. When people start having sex early, regardless if they so-called feel like they want to or not, it does affect them. Like I know so many young boys growing up in the hood who, had sex with their babysitter or their sister's older friend, and you would always have like the older ladies in the hood who they had no shame. They were fucking all the little high school boys, and it's like, it's not okay because again, it desensitizes them and it just makes them feel like women are disposable. That's just what they're there for. They're just there for you to, bust one off real quick and move on to the next. And that's why a lot of these guys now, not all of y'all, but that's why most are whores and they fuck anything that moves. They don't know how to be in a faithful relationship and everything else, And so now the new thing is because women don't want to hold the men to task and because, all these women want to be seen as cool and hip. Well, now let's enter into a three-way relationship. You're just basically, trying to soften the blow of him cheating and not being able to be faithful to you. That's why you're putting up with all these weirdo three-way relationships and, swapping partners and everything else. Because a lot of these young boys have been damaged sexually. So they don't know how to be faithful. They don't look at women, the ones who are damaged, not all men. They don't look at women in that context because the father's like Lil Boosie. And Lil Boosie's not the only one. That's the sad part. Everything he's saying, I've heard in the hood. Sadly enough. Jennifer's daughter sent $19.99. She says, Boosie strikes me as a person who was abused as a child, especially how he's over-sexualizing his young sons. He is projecting his insecurity on his sons. Candace. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I agree with that. I agree with that. I can wholeheartedly see him being abused, you know, probably molested as a child. You know, he may have been taught the same thing. I remember a long time ago, somebody sent me some Boosie tea. And it wasn't really public information. I'm not going to put it out there. I was just like, thanks for the tea. I just saved it in my little reserve and I kept it moving. But it was something concerning his father. And not saying his father abused him or nothing like that. It wasn't anything like that. But it was just stuff about his family, his background and stuff like that. I think Boosie has a lot of issues. You know, let's not forget the reasons why he went to jail and things like that. He has a lot of underlying issues. And unfortunately, hip hop, instead of holding them to task and saying, bro, you need to go get some help, this is not okay, they continue to praise him and act like what he's doing and saying on social media is just okay. There's nothing wrong with it, when, you know, it's not okay. And like I said, he better hope that CPS is not knocking on his door. Let's see here. Sin W, love you T. You speak nothing but the truth and keep it real. Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Excuse me. Let's see here. This makes me feel like something happened to Boosie in jail for him to be that worried about homosexuality. Thank you for the super chat, Damari Johnson. I appreciate it. Maybe, you never know. You know, I don't know. But something is wrong there with that whole conversation. Susan Saran Rap says, girl, the links that these parents go to force the gay out of their kids can make them feel forced to hide their sexuality from their parents and spouses later on in life. It just escalates from there. That is true. People don't think about that. You know, he's trying so hard to make his sons be straight. And the thing is, if you're just straight, you're just straight. Just like if you're gay, you're just gay. You know, so there really should be nothing that you have to force them into. You know, forcing them to watch porn 24/7 and get head from grown women is not going to make them less gay if that's what they are. It's not a cure-all. But Tria H says, true enough, T, my dad said it happened to him. Then he'll throw an older woman in jail if she would sleep with any of his sons. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, it's happened to a lot of guys, especially back in the day. You know, it's just more normalized. And, you know, it's still kind of normalized. People just don't really talk about it to the extent that Lil Boosie has talked about it. You know, it's not okay. It's not okay. You know, once kids get grown, you know, whatever, there's not too much you can do once they're 18, 19. You know, but at 13, 14, you know, it's one thing if at 13 and 14, they get a little girlfriend and they both decide that at 14 years old, they feel like they want to have sex. Is it like the ideal situation? No. You know what I'm saying? But kids are going to have sex. But it's not the parent's job to push that and to force that and to, you know what I'm saying, to facilitate that. Like, that's just creepy and nasty. It's just too much. Cloud Lopez says, love you, T, finally caught alive. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for coming through. Desiree Nicole says, there's been rumors for years that he's on the down low. It would explain his deflecting. Never know. Thank you for the super chat, sis. So we have a lot of people in here. Let me go ahead. I've been on here for an hour and 3 minutes. So let's talk about, make sure y'all hit the like button, you guys. Let's talk about the Khia situation before I go. I want to go ahead and talk about that. So Lil Boosie is a mess. I wasn't feeling that at all. He was doing way too much. So as we all know, Trina caught her stuff going in on Khia the other day on her radio show. And she didn't say Khia's name, but we all knew who she was talking about. She claimed Khia was beneath her. That's her favorite words. Everybody's beneath her, including the girls on Love and Hip Hop Miami. They're all beneath her as well. So anyhow, Khia, like I said, I knew Khia was going to respond. And when I tell you she drug her by every inch of her lace front, honey, Khia did that, bitch. See, what Trina should have done, because initially when Khia was talking about the versus battle, she was talking in jest. It was a joke. Then Trina tried to go on her show and show out. Because again, they're trying to get viewership on the radio show because nobody's really watching. I knew Khia was going to come back hard. Khia drug her so, honey. I'm like, that is one person who can read a bitch, period. Okay, so Trina should have thought well about that. Now, you know damn well a dragon is bad. You know somebody done drug the fuck out your ass when you go to respond with Nipsey Hussle quotes, okay? That is Trina's response. When she heard that dragon, she got the quote Nipsey Hussle. Work on how you react when you feel disrespected. Nipsey Hussle. Then she also went on to show this. Growth is ignoring people who deserve to be swung on. Oh, really? But, you know, I don't feel bad for Trina because over the years, to me, she's just gotten very arrogant. And like Khia says, like, I'm confused. Like, when was the last hit? Even the song that she did with Nicki Minaj, that was a whole bunch of damn controversy because she thought Nicki was supposed to do free promo. And Nicki was like, run me my check. I don't promote shit for free. Lucky I jumped on the feature for free. So Khia wasn't lying, you know. So I think Trina should have not came for Khia because her name wasn't really mentioned. And if her show's beneath you, why even give her any type of attention? She was waiting for that moment and Khia read her for the filth. Like, I mean, I was embarrassed and hurt. She's talking about the miles on her cooch and her having, you know, STDs and all types of crazy stuff. Talking about her veneers. I didn't even know Trina had veneers. Khia is so disrespectful. It's crazy, okay? You know, but again, like I said, I don't feel bad for her because of the way she acts on that show, the way she talks down, you know, to these other girls. Like Khia said, they're young enough to be her kids. And it's like, you know, you can't say that you're the baddest, hun, and you're out here selling NutriBurst. That's not queenly. My homegirls are selling NutriBurst and CBD tea. I thought you had it like that. Thought you were rich. Thought you were way up here. Remember, she went in on Nicki Natural. I'll never address you. You're whack. Your kids have braces and you're wearing a velvet dress. But you're selling NutriBurst. So, yeah, she's been exposed. Khia's a mess. Khia's a mess. I know she's embarrassed, honey. When you got to start quoting Nipsey Hussle, you're embarrassed. She knew she didn't want that dragon. Let me see here. We had a bunch of super chats. Bright Brit 94 says it's not the verses we wanted, but the verses that we secretly needed. Khia can roast for days. Yes, she can. And thank you so much for the super chat. Marlon Harrison says, I remember you guys talking about sex in the locker room in schools. I remember that too. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Somebody says Diamond Princess selling NutriBurst, honey. All of these celebrities, remember who were that guy or girl? Not even a few months ago, they're all selling NutriBurst, trying to get regular people like me and you to join their team so they can get their pyramid money. Yeah, they're all doing it. So I don't. So again, like I said, the coronavirus is definitely the great equalizer. So once this is said and done, I don't want these people to not go back to bragging about shit. Okay. Because if you have it, because I've noticed, you know, even though some of regular people that I know sell NutriBurst, the majority of just regular, you know, Americans, celebrities, whoever on social media, they're not selling NutriBurst. So again, you can tell the people who really have it and the ones who don't. So yeah, that everybody like, what the fuck is NutriBurst? It's the new hustle on social media. NutriBurst is like flat tummy tea. That's the new hustle. You start selling NutriBurst, you get a bunch of people on your team, so that way, you know, you make money, you know, with them on your team, and then they get some people on their team, and it's a whole pyramid thing. So that's what a lot of them are doing. Let's see here. Shadow Bunny 11 says, I love you, T. Please do more live streams. I love your commentary and input. Thank you so much, Shadow Bunny. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Marie Lee says, hey, Auntie, you're right on time. Let's see here. I'm trying to go through, see if there's anybody I've missed. Arnell S says, I love long lives. I listen to them at work. That is awesome. So I've been on here for exactly an hour and 15 minutes here. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to log off. I'm so happy that this stream went smooth. We didn't have any issues today. And I think we hit on a lot of really good topics, from the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion to Lil Boosie and all that bullshit that was coming out his mouth to Khia reading a bitch, okay? So I think we're going to leave that on a good note. Thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. It's very much appreciated. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We got one last super chat. Brian M says, hey, T, I love the channel. But yeah, Trina and Bobby Lights got a 2-for-1 special on veneers. It's the buckaroos for me. Oh, y'all are a mess, honey. Yeah, people are dragging her because, like I said, her attitude is just, yeah. Her attitude on the show. You know, I was a fan, but Love and Hip Hop Miami did nothing for Trina. It made her look a lot worse. She was better off not going on reality television. Because remember, for years, she claimed she was too good. She'd never do reality TV, only to be on reality TV. And now she's acting like she's that girl. People who are real celebrities and, you know, who are, you know, making real moves, they don't have to go on Love and Hip Hop. They make their own reality TV shows based around them. Period. Okay. So on that note, I am out. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you for the cash apps. Thank you guys for supporting me. And I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good evening. Let me go ahead and end the live. That's my outro.